After our conversation, Adrian and I communicated, and he reached his blood sugar target of 5.7. Congratulations, Adrian. I clarified a few questions with Adrian, and I added this into this conversation at this point because it made sense. He communicated to me that he struggled with the carnivore diet for the first 2 days with low blood sugar levels, and he decided to go on the Banting diet, and he did go on the Banting diet for 7 to 10 days. So this is very important information, as he is type 1 diabetic, and many type 1 diabetics will see this video. Adrian suggests that you first start with Banting or with keto, which is also low carbohydrate, and especially if you struggle with low blood sugar. Other people might find it easier to go to carnivore, but some people might find it more challenging. I also asked him about OMAD, or 1 meal a day, and he said that some people might struggle with OMAD if they are type 1 diabetic, and others may find it easier. But especially people that struggle with their sugar will find OMAD 1 meal a day difficult, and it's not suggestible to do that. It's rather better to eat more than once per day. He also say here that people don't realize that their breakfast is actually important, especially for type 1 diabetics, because even if you test that your sugar is fine in the evening, the next morning your sugar will taste different. And that's of course because of the dawn effect. Your liver actually give you that glucose in the morning, and it also secretes ketones in the morning. So you basically get that higher sugar level. It's important to remember that. He said also that if a type 1 diabetic does want to do OMAD, he should be very strict on carnivore. But OMAD is not necessary. He emphasized that the adjustment to low carb or carnivore, it's huge in terms of medication. So it's quite a shock for your body. So it's better to do it gradually, especially with type 1 diabetics. So Adrian went, starting with carnivore, struggled for 2 days. He then did Banting for 7 to 10 days, and then he did carnivore. He said that you can do OMAD if you do it right, if you know what you are doing. He mentioned that, just for interest sake, on this particular day of this recording, he only ate once. So you can do it if you do it right. But he say people don't use their insulin correct. They don't use their medicine correct. And I also think it's about getting experience with changing over. I asked him about fasting for type 1 diabetics and type 2 diabetics, and he said he will not suggest fasting for type 1 diabetics simply because people don't use their medication correct in some cases, and it's very dangerous, especially for type 1 diabetics. Type 2 diabetics, not so much problematic. Of course, they can also struggle with fasting, but it's not as difficult as with type 1 diabetics. And some people do good with fasting, Others don't do good with fasting. That is my opinion on fasting.